All right, we are live.
Hello, you are listening to the Punk Rock Libertarians Podcast, episode 336. Tonight, I'm joined with Jim Letterman.
Hey, guys.
James Babb.
Hello.
And Alexis Jones.
Hello, everybody. Glad to be here on PRL, fellow erectionist.
Erectionist. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Did you hear that? Like Schumer on the floor, like he was like in the impeachment said like he slipped and he was like erection. Trump's erection or something. Fucking hell.
He instituted an erection.
An erection, yeah,
like
instituted an erection. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh man.
I mean, he does cause an erection in a lot of Q people and whatnot, but I don't think that's what she meant.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
a sexual guy.
Mm-hmm. Sexy. So, yeah. So what's going on?
Not
What do we
much,
got?
man.
So what's the?
It's on, dude.
Yeah,
It's
it is on. It is on. So we have a
terrorists.
So yeah, we have a new president.
Users are
right?
doing it for illicit purposes. It's on.
Well, hold on. Before we get into the show, I just want to tell everybody we've changed our streaming service. So now we've got this newfangled, nifty little thing called StreamYard, and it lets us do a lot of cool things. One of which is we can actually, if you comment something, I can show it on the screen just instantaneously, and then we can kind of, comment on it and respond to it and whatnot.
So more comments. Like try to use the comments, and we might actually have some good content as a result. So
cool. God forbid.
We actually need some docs sometime. So supply us.
Yeah, and also I can show docs here, which I had forgot to turn off when we started, but
Oh, there we go.
check it out. Oh, that
Right.
is sweet. Look how high tech we are. Like
Yeah.
this,
Look at Fauci just fucking giving us a
What a
thumbs
dick.
up on our newfangled streaming application.
sorry, but
Oh,
Oh,
no need to
that
be
reminds
sorry.
me. Oh, hey, Mike. See,
Oh,
there you go.
Oh, where
Mike's
she's
popping
checking
up.
in.
one.
He's
Mr.
our
Perkins.
tester.
But however, when you comment, your name appears, and that's probably going to affect your social credit score. And
Yeah.
so
Use your
being associated with punk rock libertarians, that's at least a -20. So
be sure to use your stock account.
yeah.
Seriously going to affect your social credit score.
I mean, half of our fans are probably already banned from Facebook anyway. So.
This is true. Yeah. Speaking of
what
that,
we're going to be working on is getting this pushed out to some of the more alt platforms as we try to use this, because this is a new tool. It seems super cool. Hopefully we get some good feedback, and then we can make sure that it's out there everywhere besides the mainstream tech oligarchs.
Yeah, for sure.
and so I don't know if you guys, it happened to you, but we had what was that, like on I think it was the night before last, where everyone got signed off of Facebook. Did that happen to any of you guys?
Yes.
Yeah. How frightening was that for shit posters?
I felt like a great disturbance, like remember when Spock felt the Intrepid get destroyed, and he just 1,000 Vulcans cried out as they died, and they didn't know what killed them,
Right. I do not know that reference. So.
Wait, I thought that was from Star Wars when when
Isn't that when they blow up? Yeah, when
Alderaan. Yeah, and Obi-Wan's like, wait a minute.
That was a rip.
Which came first? Who ripped off?
Just cried out all at once.
Who shot first?
That was in the late 60s. So
Star Wars.
So was Star Wars though.
No,
Nah, 79.
How dare you?
Oh, that's
77.
77.
Yeah.
Dare you?
but I logged back in and took a breath, and it's like, okay, whatever, I fully expect to be zucked at any moment, just because everybody's getting zucked constantly.
It's happening to everyone. I mean, we lost a lot of people that I was kind of surprised about. Even mediocre shit posters, just people just gone. I don't know. It was weird. It was where Facebook just did another quick purge this week, and fortunately,
Facebook. Twitter. A lot of people got purged.
Yeah,
that's true. That's true.
Pete Quinones got
banned
off of Twitter. Yeah. Pour out some liquor from Pete.
I mean, if I was an oligarch, I would totally ban Quinones. right? Like you really need to shut a dude like that.
I mean,
up.
he's had a pretty large meme account.
He's so good.
A pretty large Twitter. I mean, even before he was on Facebook, his Twitter is, I think, where he really established his, his whatever, his celebrity.
Seems to
I guess
spend a lot of time on Twitter, and I think therefore he's basically like ready for the apocalypse because like he sees the world like through a Twitter lens, which is probably like pretty grim. Like I'm just guessing. I'm not a Twitter person.
Yeah. Meme Short says Kamala Harris is going to smother Joe Biden with a MyPillow and blame Trump.
Yo, apparently MyPillows aren't sold in Bed Bath & Beyond. They
cut them off. MyPillow reference? I don't get. I what's going on?
MyPillow was like, it was like the guy who runs MyPillow was like a big Trump donor or supporter or something.
Yeah. Are you saying pillow or palo?
Pillow.
MyPillow.
Sounds like you're saying palo.
Who, me? Pillow?
Yes. My pillow. It's my pillow. My pillow.
My pillow. My pillow. Pillow. Is that my Baltimore accent coming through?
I don't know. I guess so.
So did you guys follow the coronation in DC? You guys are closer to the epicenter than I
didn't watch a single. I watched like maybe 5 seconds of it.
I didn't watch shit. I didn't watch anything at all.
I enjoyed the relevant memes from a safe distance.
I had it on. I had it on mute. I actually called out of work that day because it was kind of like twofold. One, I needed to get my heater looked at. So I was like, I'll call out of work. I'll call this guy I know to take a look at it. So I was like, what the fuck? Well, I'm doing shit around the house. I'll just have it on mute. And oh my God, I mean, Garth Brooks came out apparently.
Dude, I was gonna say the only part I saw was I was scrolling through Twitter, and there was like some live feed, and all of a sudden it's like Garth Brooks comes out. I'm like, wait, is this like a fucking meme? I know. No, this is like CNN. I just rolled by.
Yeah, I was watching
it. Deploy our finest celebrities,
and I'm like, what the fuck? But the crazy thing was, he came down. I didn't see him come in. He might have had a mask on, but after he sang, I don't know what he sang, "God Bless America" or whatever. He literally did it. He didn't have his mask on. He hugged everybody. And I was like, yes, like super spreader.
Yeah.
Super spreader.
Like hopefully he has the mutant COVID and takes out all of them. Yes, this is how it goes down.
All the Congress critters. Right?
Yes, all the Congress critters.
You wish. Remember when Rand Paul said he had COVID? But you're like, why haven't you infected everyone? You should be out there like licking doorknobs and
sneezing on everything.
Everything, because they're all old. Think of all those old.
Did you see that meme when it was like,
then remember, communism is also a comorbidity. So,
did you see that meme when it was like the news article of like Rand Paul has COVID and like didn't tell anybody for a week or something like that, and then it said like underneath it was like, I call this a pro gamer move. Just like going around infecting everybody.
Yeah. So I tuned into a little bit, but I could not stomach it. I mean, but what a shit show. I mean, I had it on mute. I couldn't watch it. It was so funny. The guy that came over and serviced my heater, he was kind of in and out of the house, and we were just kind of joking. I was like,
is that some kind of sexual euphemism or
no, not at all. But no, he was just like, well, first off, he comes in, he's all like masked up, and I was like, dude, take that fucking thing off. So we had a good conversation about COVID and how much bullshit it was, and I was just kind of like half watching it because I was like, maybe this is when they all get locked up. Trust the plan, that 1% chance. I was holding out. I was like, this is when they all get locked up. Like he waited till the final hour to lock them all up. So I was kind of like half watching, but because I couldn't stomach watching it otherwise. The status ritual that it is.
How about all those troops piled up in hallways and stuff? Like, what the hell? Like, that was some of the weirdest, like, apocalyptic imagery I've ever seen coming out of DC.
Like, and they're all crying a river because they got moved to a parking garage. And all I could think of was the Joker's meme saying, "You get what you fucking deserve."
Yeah, they were like,
was it apparently like Trump let them stay in the in like
that's what all the boomer circles. I don't know how legit that was.
No, it was like I saw on Twitter. I saw on Twitter like the whole lobby was just filled with like cops and shit. Like it was, but what you were saying, Otto. They were like there was like 5,000 some troops in a parking garage, like one fucking bathroom. Like all camped out, like.
Well, what is Henry Kissinger's famous quote about military men?
They're just pawns.
Dumb, stupid animals to be treated like pawns, right?
Yep.
They've been open about their treatment of the people in the military for generations, and people still sign up despite that weird humiliation. The best meme I saw for those, like, the troops got like boohoo, they got moved to the garage, was don't worry, soon you'll be in Syria.
Right? Yeah. Seriously, like within a couple hours, we're hearing all the troop movements over in Syria and Iraq. It's like,
it's suddenly like, you know what, that Operation Warp Speed thing with the vaccine, yeah, that's cute and all, but I'm sorry, the real military contracts are happening now. So suddenly we're poised for immediate invasions all around the world, and it's ready to,
Have you guys noticed all the North Korea propaganda's kind of like ramped up the volume? That's creeping up a little bit.
Really? I haven't really seen
couple weeks. I mean, it hasn't been like blatant, but every now and then I have an antenna on my TV.
Biden's going to cross the line like Trump did?
Oh, hell no. I highly doubt it.
He'll cross it with some missiles, I guess. He's not going over there.
Metaphorically.
Because remember, that's legitimizing a dictator. You can't do that.
Yeah, they had a huge...
Who's this guy that Biden just appointed as Secretary of Defense that was a member of the board? Member of the board of Raytheon.
He still is, right? He still has to get a waiver.
To me, at the revolving door, you'd have to leave one and now join the other. Now they're like, do we really have to bother? Let's just, let's just merge the Department of Defense and Raytheon. Well, at least he's black.
Look at it right there.
Lloyd Austin.
Oh,
yep. And Rand Paul voted for him. He had the most weak sauce explanation.
Wait, Rand Paul voted for him?
I shit you not. He was confirmed. He was confirmed 93-2. There was only 2 Republicans, and Rand Paul was one of them. And it's like, dude, Ron's like probably like, son, you've gone full retard. Like, he had
Did anybody in the Senate, were there Senate hearings or what
there was. They confirmed him.
Did anybody say, like, dude, aren't you on the board at Raytheon? What the fuck?
Let me look up the docs.
So it says, I mean, he's a retired Army general, currently a member of Raytheon's board of directors. He'll be the Pentagon chief.
When I first Googled him, I got a directed to a Raytheon, like, meet our board webpage about him that you could see the preview on Google, but then I clicked on it and it had been removed from the Raytheon webpage. But it was clearly like he was just as recently as Google had indexed it, being advertised as, look how impressive we are having this military man on our board of directors. So this dude's been back and forth, and through that revolving door, I guess his whole career. Seems perfect.
Well, apparently they chose the other guy up for nomination was some guy named Flournoy.
Which minority category did he come from?
Who was a Booz Allen Hamilton board member. We went from Booz Allen Hamilton to Raytheon.
Well, you know who also worked for Booz Allen Hamilton?
Snowden, right?
Yeah.
Yep. They got big shit too for that. Because you guys know I have like family members who work for the NSA, and they said like Booz Allen Hamilton, like they got so much shit for after that because
Otto, who sent you?
I know, I'm a Fed. You guys
who sent you?
But they were telling me how much trouble Hamilton got into because of how easy it was for him to take people's passwords, and the people work there who just like gave him his pass. Like he was just like, oh yeah, can I get your password? And they were like, okay, cool. Here you go, Mr. Snowden. Here's my password. That's all he had to do. That's all he had to do was ask. I was like, props to him. Fuck Booz Allen Hamilton. Well, actually, no, I'm glad that they suck so bad. So now that my assertions I was making since I was a teenager, I have physical proof that it was right, that they were recording everything and watching where you are and now they're like linking cell phones. Like if you were in the backseat of this guy's car and we matched your cell phone, so now we're going to have a drone strike and kill the both of you.
They don't even have to pretend it's not happening anymore.
Yeah,
but
that's what they did in Afghanistan.
Well, that's how they killed what's his name? Al-Awlaki? The guy that was like the son of a supposed terrorist.
Allah not gonna jihad anymore.
Oh Jesus, dude. I don't not gonna work here anymore.
Not gonna work here anymore.
Oh, man.
God, these fucking just the war criminals. This God,
dude. If I lived in Yemen right now, get the fuck out. Okay,
no, you feel honored that you were going to be drone strike by the first African American vice president woman,
by the Pentagon chief, maybe.
I'm pretty sure that wasn't Raytheon involved in like a lot of the weapon sales to the Saudis that they used to blow the fuck out of Yemen. Like they've been like murdering and like just like genocide there. And this guy's been profiting from it. He's still going to be profiting from it. So this guy's definitely, I mean, like, you know, working for I guess the Saudis or APAC or I mean, I don't know who these war pigs, you know, actually take their orders from, but fuck,
Satan. I don't know.
Not yet. That's a good guess. Good guess. Close enough. So.
And then watch everyone. You know, like I'm sure our liberal friends will like, what? What are you talking about? I didn't know. What? Like the did you see that union that was like they had endorsed Biden, and then it was like and then they're like, but wait a minute, our pipeline. Now they're all mad that Biden's going to cost them jobs after they've already endorsed him. Like,
right. I got out of my union. I was donating. What's up,
guys? We're getting a call out from Meme Short. He says, "You guys are so fucked. I hope that Joe Jorgensen vote was worth it."
Oh, is that who I think it is?
Yeah, it's exactly who you think it is.
Is that our Canadian friend?
Yeah, that's our Canadian boy.
Cool.
Our Canadian Q guy.
Yeah.
I mean, for those that vote, was it guys? You guys voted for Jorgensen. Did it give
Canadian
you the warm feeling and just everything you hoped it would?
I loved engaging in that status ritual. It made me feel so good. Considering I'm in fucking Maryland, my vote didn't count for shit. Dude, right. I voted.
Dude, no one's votes count for shit. Phil.
That is true.
Spoiler.
Especially in Maryland, dude. It meant nothing. So I had nothing to do with anything that you're upset about. How about you just stay mad at the Democrats who bust in votes from New York City into Philadelphia? Stay mad at them, not me.
Just to clarify, was that person blaming like the outcome, like saying we didn't vote for Trump or you didn't vote for Trump?
I think that's what he's saying.
So he's a great guy, but this is his.
I interpret it as saying, like, you know, you should be more radical, and your participation in this political system is what's enabling it. And to even vote for Joe Jorgensen is a mild, you know, sort of acceptance of the system. So.
No, that's
Tell Trudeau I said hello. Okay.
I still trust the plan, and I still voted principally, and I still trust the plan. So,
do you trust the process and the plan?
Yes, both. So,
what do you guys? Well, what about these poor Q people? I mean, they've been going along with this thing for so long. I feel so sad for them that they've never been able to. They're still okay. It's still happening. What was it?
This is we're up to 60 chess now, Bab. Okay, we're up to 60.
I think a lot of them had been like, "Oh my God, I am mentally handicapped here. Crap! How did I fall for all of this garbage when people were telling me all along this was stupid?" Sorry,
I don't know, man.
You folks.
I mean, Alex is more like understanding of that like conspiracy mindset. But I don't know how you can just like be strung along.
Let's do our part to repeat the conspiracy. So, Alex, what's a new level we can take this to, or maybe we can help shape the next level of insanity?
I don't know. Like, I mean, there's some people that think that like this wasn't legit and Biden wasn't sworn in. Like that didn't happen.
How about this? How about Biden is in on it? Biden is actually a good guy.
Right. Well, yeah, wait, weren't they saying that like
all the kids sniffing, all of that? That's just to get him closer to Hollywood, right? Get him deeper into the swamp himself. And in fact, he's a deep operative in the deep state for maybe 50 years now.
Maybe.
Yeah,
so like it's taken 50 years to get us to this point, but any minute Biden will do sweeping arrests and clean all the pedophiles.
Oh shit! Oh man!
Yeah! Whoa! Yeah!
What a twist!
Hillary.
What a twist!
You know?
Did you see that meme? It was like one of the fucking million Bernie memes we've been subjected to.
Oh god!
And it was kind of funny because it was him and he has like a fucking Manila envelope and then it says like the plan on it. It's like Bernie's cute. Like there was probably I probably saw 1,000 of those fucking Bernie memes, and there was maybe like 5 to 10 that were actually like funny.
It's when the normies get
out. The meme came out, and that was more funny, like about how dumb the meme was.
Right.
Oh yeah. I mean, like when the normies get a hold of it, that's when you know it's
like
it's fucking.
I'm in a bunch of these local like town groups that I'm in that I work in, that I work like these counties and stuff like that.
Like,
and
let's put Barney in the local park.
They're like, oh, Bernie's waiting for the park to open when COVID's gone, and like, oh, Jesus Christ.
See, but it was the kind of meme that everybody could get behind.
Yeah, it's 2 really funny memes from the Punk Rock Libertarians page, and then after that, I was like, okay, I'm done. I'm not sharing any more of these memes because it's dead. It's dead. You normies killed it.
Yeah,
just like our democracy, it's dead.
The OJ with the mittens on was pretty good though.
The OJ was the last funny one I saw.
What was that? The OJ mittens?
OJ Simpson.
OJ,
from the trial.
Oh, yeah. If
the trial where he's wearing the gloves.
Mittens fit, you got to acquit. But typically mittens usually fit. I mean, who the fuck wears mittens? You're 70-year-old man. Who the fuck God,
some hippie gave it to him.
Mittens.
That's why.
Like, oh, Bernie, I knitted you these cool mittens, and he's like, oh,
it's made of recycles. Okay, it's made of recyclables. All right.
Yeah,
I think it was from like a school teacher or some shit.
Yeah, some hippie do-gooder. Fuck her.
Yeah. Dude, you know what? With the screen share now, we could actually like make this like a show about memes where we just like review our favorite memes or like try to highlight like memes or rate memes.
We could do a meme segment or something.
But that would not be good audio.
No,
there's a lot of people who do download.
Listen, it's 2021. Do the video. I mean, look how handsome we all are. I mean,
speak for yourself.
Look at Alex, dude. He's got flowing locks now. He looks like
I know.
me
Look at
in
that,
like
look at
2
that
months
hair.
from now.
That healthy non-gray beard. Like,
I refuse to get a haircut under these circumstances. Yeah,
he looks like a Jew.
Like a Jew.
See, the change in hairstyle is, it coincides with our character arcs, right? As we go through different challenges and chapters, right?
Yes.
Like,
I'm going through such a character arc right now at my balding.
Who did we have?
Meme short says Trump's gonna have a section for dank memes in his presidential library.
That'd be dope. That'd be fucking dope. If he has like awesome like smashing on Hillary memes, that'd be fucking amazing. If he just
also Chris Bennett says that Alex is a pimp.
Hey, what's up, Chris?
What the fuck am I, dude? What am I, just nothing?
What am I, chopped liver?
Fuck you, Chris. I kid. I love you all. I love you all. I love this. I love this class. It's a class participation. Like
it's good to be back on. It's good to be back on Facebook.
We get all the autists in here. We're calling this this is like the autist session,
right? It's gonna be like on the episode of The Office when the preview for the documentary.
You're already cringe making Office references.
I'm just saying, when Andy he's on there, people are like, "Oh, you look cute," and then some people just keep making fun of him saying he's gay and just like freaking the fuck out about it.
That's kind of funny.
So people just kind of like, "Phil, you're gay. Shut up." I'm just like, "God damn it!"
Yeah, if you make
what did I do? I just opened myself up for this.
Yeah, those are automatically getting pinned if you make comments about Phil being gay or anything really.
Anyway, get us all banned immediately.
Right.
So do it, trolls.
Yeah. Someone's just gonna post the
live stream.
Done.
Just midstream, whatever.
I hope we're all assigned to the same FEMA camp. Now that we're,
Alex, I want to be yours, dude. You know how to garden. You know how to do the veggies. You know,
dude. We're gonna run it like Hogan's Heroes, dude. Okay?
I know nothing.
Dude, it's gonna be just like Hogan's Heroes. We're gonna have the run of the camp. We're gonna have secret tunnels. We're gonna have Bitcoin and prostitutes, and
we're gonna have the best snacks. And speaking of snacks, check these out for the audio. I got some snacks.
Oh, what is that?
What is that? Cheeto? Is those Flamin' Hot Cheetos?
Is that to commemorate the loss of the Cheeto president?
Oh, it's weed. It's weed.
The weed.
Holy shit.
Holy cow, dude. That is some.
We're gonna have the best snacks. We're gonna have the best snacks in our FEMA camp.
Dude. Yeah.
Wait, what was that? Did anyone see that like Joe Biden weed thing? Now I'm trying to remember what it was, but it was kind of funny.
I'll save it for the after hours, but apparently, yeah. Some pretty good.
Yeah,
edibles.
dude, you get way too high on Late to Liberty, man.
Oh my god.
Oh yeah, it's, Jacob and Alex.
Jacob blazes like whew, like
Shout out Jacob Lamont, Late to Liberty. Check it out.
Well, he ran you said he blazes? I mean, he owned a marijuana company, didn't he?
He gets so fucking high on the show. It's amazing.
We gotta have you on sometime, especially when we like riff on some conspiracy and like space stuff.
Dude, whatever. Yeah. Anything. Dude, I'll blaze. Fuck yeah.
Yeah, it'll be a good time. But yeah, FEMA camps, because we're all domestic terrorists, guys. We're all
that's right. So
we're all the day of the inauguration.
Look at that transition. Oof.
So yeah.
Yeah. So the new here's an article. I mean, this is from Reason, but it was everywhere. But the headline is New Administration Moving in Laser-Like Fashion to Uncover Even Libertarians in an Unholy Alliance.
Jesus.
And it's a quote from CIA or a former Obama administration CIA director, John Brennan. He says, "We are now looking forward that the members of the Biden team who have been nominated or have been appointed are now moving in laser-like fashion to try to uncover as much as they can about what looks like very similar to insurgency movements that we've seen overseas, where they germinate in different parts of the country and they gain strength, and it brings together an unholy alliance frequently of religious extremists, authoritarians, fascists, bigots, racists, nativists, and even libertarians."
Oh,
it sounds like he's just describing the Liberty Hangout webpage, right?
Dude, they've gone.
But that basically sums them up, doesn't it?
So wait, I completely forgot about that. They are like completely off of my radar. I don't see anything from any of those people anymore.
It's bad.
Exactly,
All right.
But doesn't that kind of fit the bill? Like at first you'd be like, no, those things don't have anything to do with each other. But then you get these weirdos that try to jam them together unsuccessfully, but they still make these attempts that are visible and confusing to people on the outside. So, but I mean, isn't this the typical tactic, though, to take libertarians, right? They can't attack libertarian ideas because libertarian ideas are the best, and we're right about everything, right? So they have to, if they want to attack us, they have to lump us in with all of these other unsavory groups that are completely unlibertarian and say, like, well, see, even though, even the libertarians are authoritarian. Like, what? Okay.
Yeah, how can you? Yeah.
Well, Jim, remember they did this, and you were. I mean, this isn't new. Remember, what was it? 2008, 2012, between the Ron Paul years and what was it? The MEAC report in Missouri, which was basically, you had all these senators at state levels that collect all this information, and they lumped any Ron Paul supporters in as domestic terrorists.
Yeah, it happens all the time.
And it came
Southern
from
Poverty Law Center does this. They've got a file on 10th Amendment Center, and like we're tracking terrorists.
They're radical because they believe in the 10th Amendment, like.
And it's funny because Spike Cohen posted a tweet, or it was like a Facebook post, and he says, something along. I wish I had it up on my screen.
Here, I'll pull it up.
Oh, was this the one that got fact checked?
Yes, and
I was just reading. I was Googling for this article. I saw that. Let me see if I can pull.
Oh, dude, I took pictures of it because I wanted to screenshot it because I'm like, oh damn, Spike's Spike's on the road to getting zucked, or not zucked.
All right, so this is PolitiFact, Jeremy Spike Cohen.
Yes,
and it says no, Biden administration did not label libertarians as terrorists.
Yeah, well, Madison's a stupid bitch.
We're just a lot like those insurgency groups that they kill with drones overseas. We're not saying they're terrorists, but we do put them in that group that we feel we're allowed to murder if we decide to.
I'm trying to find his actual tweet.
Yeah, why is it? Yeah, it's not listed, but he said that he just pretty much said the new administration is labeling us as terrorists. So at least that way we'll get money for.
He says. Okay, here it is. A silver lining to the Biden administration labeling libertarians as terrorists is that the CIA will probably start giving us money and weapons now, which is pretty funny.
That's the go-to gag, right?
Yeah.
Amazing. It's hilarious.
And then Facebook's like, it's like no, they're not. Flag this. They're not going to actually
going to get weapons from the CIA. Not true.
You notice how they do. You notice how in that I read the fact check. The fact check never says. What are you talking about? The CIA never gives money to terrorists. What are you talking about? It never disproves that.
It's not denying the premise. It's not denying the premise for the joke. It's just denying if you were an idiot and thought it was a real thing. That's what we're gonna fucking fact check.
Yeah, send me some RPGs and a new Toyota Tacoma. That's all I'm just a simple man. That's all I want.
Yeah, same here, dude. I need a pickup truck because Alex. I've been getting Alex to help me move stuff around my house with using his truck. So I would love a new Tacoma, man. That'd be great.
Yeah. Dude, I'll weld up a machine gun turret for the top. We'll be good to go, So
I love how they have this if your time is short thing. It's like, don't pay attention to whatever evidence we're checking. Just read this little blurb that we've decided that this is fake.
That's for the lazy
they really
are people.
Aren't they really getting good at their opinion shaping? And they're like fact checking. This needs additional context. I love that one. So like it's technically true, but we still feel that this is not going to go along with the program we have in mind. So we're telling you that some think it's not good, or someone this is disputed.
Yeah. Chris Bennett says, if I'm labeled as a terrorist for being a libertarian, at least provide me with a tank. I think that seems fair.
Yeah. Or some discount flight lessons. Like
some flight school lessons.
Yeah, just teach me how to take off a plane.
Landing, not so much. Don't worry.
Teach me how to fly a crop duster, and then I'll figure out the rest.
Yeah, that's what we should. But anyways, it kind of ties in with the zucking and people being removed from Facebook, and this topic with the John Brennan basically labeling us and this new administration labeling us all as domestic terrorists is Michael Heiss, the founder of the Mises Caucus, the chairman of the Mises Caucus, was zucked, and one of his last posts was critical about. It was basically he posted the John Brennan post, and that was his last post on Facebook.
Oh wow.
And he got perma-zucked. So we got an email from the Mises Caucus, basically this is the deep state versus the Mises Caucus, and kind of just look, they're at war with us.
It's
been at war with us. It is doubling down.
Yeah, and I don't recall Heiss ever really making that many.
No,
he's not posting he's not posting super dank memes or anything like that.
And there's this guy Ozzy.
Oh, you still there, Phil?
Phil's.
Oh no, Phil!
I'm here. I'm back. I'm back. Am I back? Can you hear me?
You're back.
Okay, good. Yeah, everything just started spiraling. Why did everyone go? Nope, that was just me. All right, but Ozzy, so he runs Maryland. He was the Maryland for Jorgensen campaign, and he's just run of the mill libertarian. He's in the Fakertarians group. He's not pro Mises Caucus at all, and for him he got sucked too out of nowhere. He doesn't share.
What? Ozzy got sucked.
Ozzy got sucked.
The Mossad were on him, dude. They were on to him.
And Fakertarians group got taken down. The whole Fakertarians page, got taken down.
What on Facebook?
Yeah.
Probably for criticizing authoritarians, right?
Yeah.
If you point out that people are being Nazis, that probably cues the AI. They use the Nazi word.
They use that a lot. White supremacists, bigots. They're the ones constantly in the identity politics.
We noticed that 10% of their posts use the words Nazi and fascist. There must be something going on here. And it's a Aryan, kind of sounds like libertarian. It's, and they're talking about fascists. Right.
Yeah.
Better just ban them and be safe. Everybody should be expecting a zuckening right now. I mean, that's just they're so emboldened. I was hoping it would let up after the election, right, where they could just let people be again. But no, they seem to be doubling down, and they're like, well, we got away with that. Let's see what we can do now that we don't even have political opposition. So now you've got the political elites, the techno elites, the Hollywood elites, the banking cartel, all the establishment players. They've got their band back together, and they're like, let's make sure this never happens again. Zuck the fuck out of those people, please.
Yeah.
They deployed Yellen to criticize Bitcoin and associate it with illicit activity.
Right.
It's always right. She didn't say it's a threat.
Bitcoin's tied to criminal behavior, right?
Yeah. She didn't say it's a threat to the U.S. dollar, right?
As if the Fed note has not supported any of that.
Yeah, but cryptocurrencies used mainly for illicit financing.
But this is, this has been said before by other politicos. But it is concerning to have the Secretary of the Treasury saying it. I don't recall. In fact, I actually kind of recall the previous one saying he was okay with crypto or something.
They say whatever, but what comes down to it is what do they end up doing? And and she says stuff like this, and Bitcoin bad. Libertarians bad. Now they can say, we hear that Bitcoin is that thing libertarians use. Right. And now the circle is complete, and they can just, they're at war against all of us, right? If they're going to go to war with us when the war of information, they're going to certainly go to war. At least they're going to try to devalue our currency. But it seems like the more they fight back against it, the more they prove that we need it, and that proves its use case. We need a way to protect ourselves from those bastards, and they kind of know that. So
bubbling down.
Good.
Well, and the whole idea that that Bitcoin is primarily, there's no evidence that it's primarily used as illicit financing, whatever the fuck that means. Right. But I mean, it's no different than, cash is used way more frequently than anything else. Cash
the relevant meme is, remember that time you rolled up a Bitcoin and snorted Coke for the first time? I
do. Got a little few Satoshis stuck in my nose, but I was all right.
In fact, honestly,
known that there's cocaine residue on every single dollar bill in its circulation.
The reality is, actually, it is probably better to do illicit stuff with just straight up physical cash, because that is actually untraceable. Dude, whereas Bitcoin can actually be traced, to some degree, unless you're very, very careful about what you're doing.
I think it's pretty easy to know what you're doing now and keep your Bitcoin transactions on the down low. At least, if you are not reusing an address, maybe somebody that knows more can let me know. But if you never reuse an address and you don't publish addresses online with your address, with your name, I think you're probably, very safe.
Yeah. But
that's going to do a lot to stop any kind of forensic investigation that's, in its tracks.
Yeah. I don't want to take away from Bitcoin at all by saying that. I'm just saying giving somebody pieces of paper is clearly very untraceable.
Speaking of cocaine residue on Fed notes, how about the disappointment of this recent inauguration is that on the way out the door, Orange Man didn't pardon Ross Albright. Snowden, right? Because if anything,
it was, it's nice that he did pardon some nonviolent drug offenders.
Back when that celebrity had his ear.
No, he did recently too.
Oh, okay. I thought it was all boy, I looked at that list and there were some real scumbags in that list.
Yeah.
Well, there was
I assume these were the people that bought tickets, right? I want to know why Ross didn't get a chance to buy a ticket. Seriously?
It kind of
we could have raised $2 million. What? Give me a price, dudes. We want him out.
The excuse that's being given though is that there was pressure from Republican congressmen who were going to vote on his impeachment to so that he wouldn't do that sort of thing, and so being the coward that he is, he caved.
Well, we know. So. What good is it to Trump to pardon Ross? Virtually no benefit to him. A fringe minority, a group that's already demonized, libertarians that have no political power. why would he give a crap, right? What does he care? What he cares about, you know what? They could have been like, hey, you want to be remembered as one of these presidents that opposed the deep state, like JFK?
Yeah. Get your head blown off?
Or like, what do you got? What do you think? How important is this Albrecht thing to you? Oh, turns out not that important. But you know what? You got a list of 75 other scumbags. Who gives a crap? But you're not gonna, leave these guys alone.
Dude, that's why they've been doubling down with just literally the day of the inauguration, how they're doubling down against Bitcoin, removing us from social media and platforms is like, with the fact that building up to like the last days of Orange Man in office, you've been seeing a lot more articles on like Julian Assange, Snowden, Ross Ulbricht, and then like literally they had what was it, Tucker on Fox News the night before. Like that was fucking amazing. That like a bunch of Fox News
about Assange.
Yeah, it was like
he had like Pamela Anderson on.
Yeah, and I'm like, it's happening. Like something's gonna happen. But like the silver lining to that is how many people, how many normies are like, this is all new to them, like, or they're kind of connecting the dots. It's like that the cabal is evil. These people are fucking heroes. So that's why this new administration wants to fucking double down, because it's like, wait a minute, a bunch of normie Fox News Trumpers just learned about, wait a minute, like the WikiLeaks and all this, like, I don't know, man. It's like, that's why they're doubling down, because they know
it's a consolidation in power. They're like, look, we've got control of all these key sectors. Now is our time to clamp while there's little opposition. All the things that they wanted to do, they've been hoping to do, they've got no opposition for now in the court of public appeal. They've got control of Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, right? Google. They've got control of the government. They've got the deep state is
they're trying to ban
it's a circle jerk of Hollywood, the deep state, the military industrial complex, and the DC pedophiles. And
did you see
one sports team name? The DC pedophiles.
Or I thought
Washington football team needs a new name. There you go. Right
the DC pedophiles, yeah, dude.
DC pedophiles. I'm down.
DC Kid a few games. But yeah,
I'll buy that jersey.
Fucking hell, dude. Like it's it's so true that they're doubling down on everything. Like I'm trying to think. Oh, it was on CNN about a day or two before the inauguration. Did you guys see that? Where it was the former, like one of the creators of Facebook, and somebody else was basically on CNN saying like, there's some podcasts that have twice as many viewers as primetime CNN news, and that's dangerous.
Oh, it's been that way for a long time.
And they were referring, they were referring
to the PRL podcast.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yes, right.
Yes, exactly.
I mean, we get about a few million downloads per episode, so yeah, we're on their hit list.
It was that typical twit. Who's that fucking baldy like guy? Who's, I don't know. It was him, the host on CNN. I don't even watch the shit. But the fact that
I don't watch CNN. I don't go to the airport, so I don't watch CNN, man.
Right.
But isn't it fascinating though to watch in this era?
They canceled that contract. Apparently.
What contract?
CNN's no longer going to be playing at fucking airports. So like CNN, or I don't know.
Oh, thank God.
I don't know. That's what I heard. Maybe it was a Babylon B article. Maybe I don't know.
Could be.
That's, you know what? I guess that's the kind of news like USA
no
Today.
Like to it.
If you didn't count the copies of USA Today that were hurled at hotel rooms like randomly like around the world, like nobody actually goes out of their way to get a USA Today, right?
So true.
Like, it's on their seat, it's in the plane, it's at the hotel, but nobody like really wants it. It just bombards them.
Litter boxes covering homeless people in the park, but no one's reading it.
And then like CNN, it's like, yeah, it's blasting in the airport or at the car dealership or someplace that you don't want it on, but it's gonna blast.
But it's safe.
Dude, was that fucking like, it wasn't a meme, but it was basically an audio jack cut off. And it's like I keep about a couple of these in my pocket. So when I go to the doctor's office, he was like, pro tip, you just plug this into the TV in like a waiting room so you don't have to be subjected to like.
Oh yeah.
Wait, bring what? Like a Kindle stick or something?
No,
Fire
like
stick?
a cut off,
Like a little headphone jack.
a little headphone jack cut off. So you plug in the audio, so you mute it. So the people in a doctor's office. So it's a pro tip. I use this about 5 times a year. So when I go to
Well, guess what? These LCD TVs now, almost all of them have controls right on the side, so you could just walk right up to them and mute them, turn them off, change the story.
He's like, nobody wants to watch the fucking View when you go to the doctor's office. And he's like, pro tip, plug this in the TV.
Right, man.
I don't know what
that.
the fuck. Oh, something's wrong with the TV. You guys have to call the maintenance guy.
It's like,
no.
I got flagged at the Ford dealership. I was the only one in the waiting room, or there was one other person. There was one other person, and there was a guy there, and I said, "Hey, do you mind if I just turn that off?" He's like, "No." He was like working on his computer too, and so I just shut it off. And then eventually, like some guy came out of the sales floor. He's like, "No, that has to be on." And I just looked at it, and I was like, "No, it doesn't." No, like no, it doesn't. Actually, it's fine.
The customer's always right.
Like it was just 2 guys here, like in this room. Why do we have to you don't even work in this room. We're just here,
Was this a potential falling down moment, Babs? Where you were about to go postal at the Ford dealership because of the Normie news?
Because Oprah was on the
No, I just basically insisted and bullied my way into keeping it off because I'm not gonna. I was gonna be there for like hours, working on my computer.
Brutal.
Although, actually, I've since found out that I could just go. There's always empty salespeople's desks, over on the sales area. Now I just move into a sales desk and just.
They're like, well, that's okay.
I got snacks.
You've got to keep Oprah on the fucking TV. You can sit at the fucking desk of the employee, but you can't change the channel to sports or something.
It's much better that way anyway. So yeah, there's a tip. If you're at the car dealership, don't be afraid to just use one of those desks. Anybody can just sit there and start using it. It's not like it's really personal. It's not like a personal desk, it's like a as needed sales desk.
It's like, oh, I'm trying to sell you something, so we're gonna sit down here.
Yeah, it's just got a stack of brochures and a terminal.
Right. Sweet.
Nobody cares about that anyway. What about Biden's anything new on the pedophile stuff with Biden? Did a bunch of kids go missing after the inauguration?
I don't know. I keep hearing from these Q guys that he's going to be arrested any second.
Well, who knows? I don't know, man. I'm still something's off. The fact he's the Manchurian candidate, and you guys saw the 2 videos of where he's in his ear and he's walking by the Marines at the gate. He's just you hear salute the Marines, and he's walking by and he's talking. You can hear him, and he's salute the Marines. But he doesn't salute them, and they don't salute him either.
He just says it.
Wait, he's got an earpiece of giving him instructions.
Dude, it's straight up.
And who's on the other end? Who's on the other end? Goldman Sachs, or is it APAC, or is it Epstein Island, or what is it?
Who's calling the plays? Who's his offensive coordinator? Yeah. And it's literally like Weekend at Bernie's. They're trying
Saudi Arabia.
They're alive. They're just trying
Osama bin Laden.
Because literally in the next video, did you guys see that other video where he's signing the executive orders, and Kamal, he's like, I don't know what I'm signing, and Kamal's like, oh, just right there, and he's like, oh, okay, and he's just signing.
Isn't that cute? I'm a senile guy. Isn't it funny? I don't know what I'm signing. This was a death warrant. Okay,
well, here's the cute shit that I want to look into is the fact that all these executive orders have yet to go on the Federal Registry.
I just think that when you get to the point, I think no. I think when you get to the point,
I want to look into all these executive orders, you just fucking signing
Wait, hold on a second. These executive orders, they only count if you obey. Who cares?
Dude, there's he's signed 30 within 2 days.
Hold on, let Phil jump in here.
Yeah, I need to get my joke out. I was gonna say, man, after you sign, your soul away to the devil, anything after that, you just don't care. You just sign anything.
Pretty much.
I don't even know what the fuck this is. I already got my position. I got my adrenochrome. I'm good.
Yeah. I think he got where he is now.
Yeah. He's like, I sacrificed that kid in Bohemian Grove. You guys can trust me.
If the voice in my earpiece says, then kill them. That's how it works.
What's Moloch telling me? What should I do?
What's Moloch the Owl God telling you?
Don't blame me. I'm not the voice in the earpiece. I'm just following orders. Like what? What?
I'm like the thin blue line.
God, these people are evil. Oh my god,
dude!
And these status motherfuckers. I saw this this fucking on Twitter, and some jerk off on MSNBC was basically comparing, like, when I saw Barack Obama and Shell and George Bush and whoever the fuck his wife is, and when I saw Bill and Hillary, it was like the Marvel Avengers, and I'm like what the fuck? You're a grown ass man quoting fucking comic books, and this is journalism on MSNBC, and I'm like, the goddamn, what the fuck? Like, what is this shit?
This is why I could never stand to watch these networks. I have to remain behind a safe, like, barricade of memes to filter it for me, because it's just too horrendous. Right? Like, it's just too horrible. There's no way I could watch that and not just go into a rage of anyway. Well,
the MK Ultra MK Ultra is like up to volume 11. It's fucking crazy.
It seems so obvious too. It's like they really don't care anymore. It's like, we can be totally obvious now. They're like, all right, check. Let's just roll it out. Pour it on even thicker.
There's no opposition. And
right, because like, can you believe what we just got away with? Wait till we're doing till you see what's up next.
So what comes next? I mean, seriously, like what?
Yeah, After Hours comes next.
Oh shit! Not just yet. All right, that is not smooth. You're like 5 minutes too smooth. Okay, but it was okay. I would appreciate it. But I'm saying is what comes next, man? Like, what comes next with the next 3.5 years? Like, how is this? I don't know. I'm thinking in my head. I'm like, what? This happened in the first few days of a Biden administration. What can we expect for the next 3 years? Because it's going to be a shit show. It's just going to be. And this whole
every regime makes you nostalgic for the previous one. Every single time. I mean, as fucked up as you thought 2020 was, and as ridiculous as the Trump administration, and as whatever you thought was like, I can't believe it's that insane. It can be 10 times worse, and it's coming. That's my prediction.
I'm thinking that Tony, definitely, absolutely a fucking 100%. Shit show. What I'm thinking is that they need to keep the ghost of Trump alive, right? They need to keep that he's the evil man who's just plotting in the background. Like, they're gonna make him like the George Soros of the right. Like, they're gonna, like, since the Koch brothers, not scary, no one knows him, but they know Donald Trump, right? So I think they're gonna make it their best. They're gonna impeach him. Like, they're gonna send him to trial for what he did. They're going to do that. I just don't see a way where. They need to keep him as that evil specter in the background. They need to keep that in the news.
No, I don't think he gets impeached or convicted.
No, he has been impeached.
He's been impeached. I think they're going to send a trial. I think they need that. They need that.
I was reading today that the Republicans are basically laughing it out of court, and I think they need some of the
charge, man. They're not in charge.
They're not in charge, but they I think they need like a bunch of them to vote that way. They don't have
a really matter. It doesn't really matter. They're just going to pour it on as thick as they can, and it'll end up wherever it ends up. It doesn't matter. The main thing is villain established, and they can vilify anybody by associating. She was seen at a Trump rally. That person was also a conservative. This person, this person was even a libertarian. Like, whatever they have to do, it's because it's open season. It's perfectly fine to go out on social media and talk about murdering Trump people. Right, like, let's face it. I don't know anybody that got banned for that.
Tim's got a good question. Where's that Clinton trial?
Right. He said
when is Hillary going to be in jail?
Yeah. Remember, I'm still waiting on Obama to close Gitmo. Like, that's really going to be happening. Right?
Yeah, I'm waiting for him to end the Iraq War.
I'm waiting for Bush to balance the budget.
I was told him to plan
for Reagan to balance the budget.
I was told him to plan all the governors would be in Gitmo by now, but. Guess not.
No. Unfortunately not. But I'm telling you, I got this feeling, man, that I like Trump is just, they're not going to let him sit there and live his best life down in Mar-a-Lago. Like, they just have it.
I think they will. I mean, it's like what they did with
purge MAGA from the Republican Party.
If you think
they need to do this,
maybe. I mean, there is that aspect of it, but I don't know. I just think back to Bush, and I just remember how, everybody hated Bush. Everyone hated Bush so much, and then now it's like they've got him like in a fucking special cutscene during the inauguration where it's like him and how cringy was that shit, dude? Him and like Clinton, who's like barely like. He's like worse than he looks worse than Biden, dude.
Dude, I can't watch that crap because I just want to. I feel like I am just. I'm shit of a human being for not like just shooting those bastards in the face because I'm just too chicken, right? Because these scumbags, they walk around like peacocks, guilty of mass murder and plunder, and these lying, pompous sacks of shit. I mean, sorry.
Yeah. No. 100%.
I can't see that. I can't watch that. I have to it's
What's
just
up,
too horrifying.
No, I know. But like, I do feel that they need Trump alive. Like they need him alive. They need to be a punching bag. They need him to be a punching bag. Like,
well,
they need
what
to
they
keep
really
that
need.
Well, they have plenty of
the
Republicans.
idea,
They've got Ted Cruz. They've got Lindsey
do it,
Graham.
That's not
they
going to do it.
Do you think
That's
it has to be a person? Because a lot of times, this might be a good time to spread it into, like the war on terror. It's the war on extremism.
Oh yeah,
right.
That's us.
And
it's
war
on
extremism, like
James,
Trump people,
it's war on
like
domestic
KKK, like libertarians, anyone now. I think the extreme.
Well, they don't even have to rebrand it. They don't have to rebrand it. It's still the war on terrorism, but now it's domestic terrorism.
Yeah, because
right. But I don't.
The battles come home.
How important is the Osama bin Laden in the war on terror? They treated him as pretty important, right? So. Maybe the Trump is also important to their war on domestic terror.
You got to keep a boogeyman alive. You got to keep boogeyman alive.
Right.
So to Otto's
exactly.
Point,
Don't arrest them too quick.
Yeah.
Or just do a red flag. Little Timothy McVeigh.
Yeah.
Well, what are you guys thinking about the upcoming wars that are going to be like? I've heard about troop movements. Like, what about new wars? Like, I'm thinking like could be Southeast Asia. Africa, like Venezuela. Are any surprises out there? Like, ooh, I didn't know we'd bomb that one. Like, what do you think we're headed for?
I don't know. I think Africa's a big target because there's just a lot of countries. No fucking, idiot American probably doesn't know exactly what country's what. They're like Senegal.
Not
what's
all
Senegal?
of them have been bombed yet. Like a lot of people think
Senegal. Senegal hasn't been bombed. We should bomb
some
Senegal.
People think like they got to be running out of countries to be at war with and stuff. Like, no.
Yeah.
Nope.
No,
Yeah.
There's 200 something countries, right?
Short-term memory Americans. But no, like I do want to. Okay, so I want to read this. Okay, so there's a band that I love called First Blood.
Ed thinks the Venezuela's up next.
That's too.
Thinks
they've got
oil.
Iran.
I think the war is on us. I do. I think that's the first thing to go. They don't. Overseas, it's been played out. It will happen. It will still happen. But I think
Iran's. I think Iran's a pretty good bet. I'd put money on that.
Yeah, China.
The problem is,
we're already at war with China.
They're going to go to war with the Middle East and with Africa if it's only to deprive a foothold to the Chinese interests in these areas. Right, because you see the Chinese are colonizing by building factories and dams and infrastructure across Africa, and they're really becoming influential. Right, like it's a big deal. So it's like a lot of like who really cares about these things? What they care about is China getting an upper hand in a lot of these places, and I think they've been itching to go against these defenseless countries. Like they're just asking for it. So
I think maybe
I hope I'm wrong.
OPEC, maybe the fact that Biden in these executive orders, he basically killed about 70,000 jobs on the Keystone XL pipeline. And one thing Orange Man has done is kind of made us more energy independent. But now we're going to be relying on Middle Eastern countries. I think gas prices are going to go up. We're going to be dealing more with the Saudis and OPEC because this administration. So, and I could see like something maybe happening back in the Middle East because literally like hours after inauguration, you're hearing troop movements in Syria and Iraq. So it's like, here we go. Like all of a sudden you hear ISIS, like the usual players, like the usual boogeymen are coming out for the globalists. You know, they're all like, you know, so you're ready for gas prices to go up.
I heard they're reanimating McCain's body.
Yeah. Right.
God, John McCain must be. Yeah, there's a great meme of like John McCain, like up in like as a ghost in the cloud, like smiling, looking down on Biden and Kamala hugging. It's freaking.
But it was made like unironically too, which is the funny part of it. You know, it's like. Wow.
And well, you know, I guess we should probably take this over to the after hours now. But before we go, I do want to say that Alex and I, we do a podcast regularly, Late to Liberty. You see it on your feed. If you're listening to this now, it'll pop up on your feed. We got a new one coming probably in the next day or so. Alex got zucked on Facebook, so you can still reach him on Twitter, right? What's your Twitter handle?
Oh, damn, dude, I don't even know. It's like Alexander Schlegel, bunch of numbers. But honestly,
Twitter yet?
Not yet. But you probably better just follow the Late to Liberty. It's Late to L, Big L, or Late to Liberty Podcast. So follow that on Twitter
at Late the number 2 L on on Instagram. What is it? On Twitter.
OnlyFans coming.
OnlyFans. Soon. Only on OnlyFans. Yeah, that's coming soon. But I just want to let you guys know that we're going to get to our After Hours podcast right after this. So if you want to sign up for our Patreon, go ahead and go there. We got different levels, get different shit. You know, $1, $5, $10. Please check it out. It's what helps us keep going. Every week we dedicate time. Yeah. Oh yeah, dude. Send crypto. So if you don't want to use our Patreon, you can go to, you'll hear it in the beginning of the podcast if you're listening to this, but if people who are watching, go to PRLfans.com and you'll get our links to other ways to donate to the show, including crypto. Also, we do want you guys to check out libertariancountry.com. We have t-shirts for sale. If you guys use the code PRL or PRL Podcast, you'll get yourself a 10% discount. And if you want to spend $50 or more, which I recommend, use the code PRL2 and you'll get a 20% discount. Tonight is brought to you by Conversations About Freedom by Moral Bob. He's also on Twitter now, too. He's been more active. So go find him on, just look up Moral Bob on Twitter. Check out his podcast. And until next time, everybody, live free.
Or die.